everyone. My name is Yori Garrick. Thank you so much for joining me again. Welcome back to my channel. So, you know that we're in the midst of a lot of information, misinformation, scary stuff that we hear about on the media concerning the coronavirus, COVID-19, however you refer to it. And a lot of us, even Christians, have become fearful for our lives, fearful of this thing because of how the media has blown it up, because of how the media has portrayed it to us, the information that we're getting through the media. A lot of us are very afraid of this thing. And so, you over this past weekend, a lot of churches, even here in Jamaica, abroad and here in Jamaica, decided to close their doors. And while I'm not here to pass judgment at all on those who made that decision, my church decided to keep its doors open. And at first I was like, wow, I was like, boy, public, they're based on what they're telling us, they're saying, public gatherings are not what we should be engaging in at this time. We need to be socially distant is the term that they're using now. Social distancing and being very careful. You see a lot of people in their masks and the sanitizer, and you see everything that's happening in terms of you can't find anything on the shelves and all of the fear that has been driven into us, Christian and non-Christian alike. And my pastor decided to keep the church doors open yesterday, and at first I was like, is that wisdom, and stuff like that. And we say that we live by faith, because I always say, you've heard me say several times that our Christian walk, our walk with the Lord is one based on faith. And that's because we can't see the God that we serve, but we believe in him by faith. We believe what the testimonies written in the Bible. We believe what we see written, and we believe that this Jesus that we serve is real. We believe that he's alive and that he intercedes on our behalf. But yet when it comes to the practical outworking of our faith, we struggle, and we call it and we clothe it with the term, you're not afraid, we're not afraid, we're just being wise. And I know I have said that, I've made that statement several times, we need to exercise wisdom, yes, we have faith and we believe God, and we haven't been given a spirit of fear, but we must be wise. And so, like I said, I've said that several times, and it just always sits right with me. I say, yeah man, exercise wisdom. And when we were in church yesterday, pastor made the statement, the same statement, that a lot of us are saying this thing that we live by faith, and but we must exercise wisdom. And he went on to say, but that is an affront to God, because we're saying, when we say that, we're saying that living by faith is not wise. And when he said it, I was gutted, because I'm like, wow, I never thought about it that way. I have said that thing so many times in my own life, must exercise wisdom, which we really should exercise wisdom. But at the end of the day, when we live by faith, we are walking in wisdom. So we have to recalibrate and rethink how we speak, the things that we say. And, really, are we living out this faith walk like we say we are? It's something for us to think about. Are we really walking by faith, or are we walking by our feelings? Are we walking by our fears? And the thing is that in this time when there is fear all around us, and that's all we can hear on the media now. There's so many other things that are happening in the world right now, but this is the hot topic, the coronavirus and all that associated with it. And I can understand, I was talking to someone on Saturday, and I can really understand why people are fearful of this thing, even though the statistics show that more people die from the flu than from the coronavirus so far. I was saying to the person, we've heard about the flu since we were born. From the very day we came into the earth, we knew about the flu. We've had the flu, we've gotten over the flu and stuff like that. And we really don't, yes, it exists that people die from the flu, but it's not in our faces. Like, it's not something that we're cognizant of, like how we are so cognizant of this coronavirus thing right now. And so I understand why people are fearful. But as the people of God, as the called out ones, as those who choose to live our lives by faith, we should be leading the charge in giving people hope. We should be leading the charge in giving people an option, you know, evangelizing. This is a perfect time for us to evangelize our faith. But we can't do that if we are speaking the same language as those around us, if we're speaking the words of fear that like we are hearing in the media, if we're repeating and regurgitating the things that we're hearing. We have to remember that, you know, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And it's not to say, I'm not saying that to say that we will die, though some of us might. But at the end of the day, we should not be fearful of death, because when we die, as those who have hope in Jesus Christ, we go on to be with the Lord. And so I just encourage us to think about the things that we're saying this morning. I'm encouraging myself as I encourage you, that when we say we have to exercise wisdom, yes, we live by faith, but we have to exercise wisdom. Remember that living by faith is the wisest thing that we can do. So let us rethink what we say and change our speech, because we must be leading the charge, giving people hope. We were left here in the earth to give people hope, to point them to Jesus Christ. And that is our charge, that is our commission, to evangelize, to disciple the nations. But we must be the change. We cannot be speaking the same thing that everybody else is speaking. We must be looking to Christ. We must be looking to what he is saying. What is he saying? Because he's speaking. This thing is all over the world. There is no place that is not directly affected by this thing. What is God saying to us? We need to find that out and speak what he's speaking. And don't speak the language of fear. Because we haven't been given a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So let us recalibrate, rethink, and lead the charge in giving people hope and pointing them to Jesus. Have a great day.